Imagine, the master of the heavens, the great god Ra, had grown old. His hands, which once made the world tremble, were shaking. His bones were turning into the silver of a dying star. Humans saw this. They thought Ra had grown weak. They stopped honoring him. They defied his laws. But the aging of a god was humanity's greatest mistake. Ra's fury ignited. From his very eye he summoned a flame, the bloodthirsty lioness goddess Sekhmet. Her task was simple yet terrifying, to sweep away the rebellious breed of man. The moment Sekhmet touched the earth, the sands turned red. With her lion's head and crimson robes, she tore through anyone in her path. She had tasted blood once, and she could not stop. Ra saw the slaughter and realized if she continued, there would be no one left to worship him, no one to offer sacrifices. But he could not stop his daughter, for she was the manifestation of his own rage. So, Ra turned to a brilliant, almost kitchen trick. My ancestors said Ra prepared thousands of jars of beer. He mixed them with red hematite and pomegranate juice to give them the color of blood. 7,000 jars of red beer were poured onto the fields where Sekhmet would pass. At dawn, the goddess awoke and roared with joy at the sight of the blood. She drank with such greed that soon she could not even move her claws. She fell into a heavy, drunken sleep. And when she woke, her rage was gone. The cruel lioness Sekhmet had transformed into Hathor, the goddess of love. Humanity was saved by a little trick and a lot of ancient beer. Hello, whispered. I am Nakht, a voice reaching out to you from 3,500 years ago. I am a Medjay, in your tongue, a protector, a guardian of the peace. My work is not just to keep the cities quiet. I patrol the deep deserts, protect the caravans from sand bandits, and most importantly, I guard the tombs where the pharaohs sleep their eternal sleep. Imagine that the distance of 3 millennia between us does not exist. You are in your fast world of 2026, and I am standing by the Nile under the brightest sun in history. Yet, we look at the same sky. We count the same stars. We are living in one of the most powerful eras of Egypt. Close your eyes. Pharaoh Nefertari has been on the throne for 20 years. He is the most faithful servant of Ra. Did you know? He is the first to add the title Sa-Ra, the son of Ra, to his official name. My father told me that his brothers, Usarkaf and Sahure, were also devoted to the sun. They are the sun pharaohs. Legend says these 3 brothers were not born of a priestess wife alone, but from the very essence of Ra himself. So when the pharaoh says, I am the son of God, he is not speaking in metaphors. He is claiming a biological fact. He is the living presence of Ra on earth. Think about us, about humans. You were not born of dust alone. Our ancient scrolls say that Ra once lost his eyes. When they finally returned, Ra wept with such overwhelming joy that his tears fell to the earth. And from those divine droplets, the first humans were born. We are the children of a god's tears. Consider that the deep emotions you feel today are echoes of those first droplets. But the eye, Ra's eye, the Ujat, do not think of it as just an organ of sight. It is an independent will. Ra separated his protective power from his body and turned it into a living weapon. Do you see the golden cobra on Pharaoh Nefertari's crown? That is the uraeus. That is the eye of Ra. When the pharaoh goes to war, that cobra comes to life and breathes fire upon the enemy. It is the force that sees everything and strikes everything. And imagine how that eye changes. In rage, it is the lioness Sekhmet. In peace, it becomes Hathor, the goddess of beauty, warming our souls with sunlight. And sometimes it becomes Bastet, a cat guarding our homes and children. Now, listen closely. Think of your 7-day week in 2026. Consider that at the end of every week, you honor my God without even knowing it. We watched 7 celestial bodies and tied each to a god, but Ra was always the center. The first day belongs to him. I know your history says Emperor Constantine made a political move in the year 321. He united the sun worshippers with the followers of the new faith by declaring the day of the sun sacred. But for me, it is Ra's eternal victory. When you say Sunday, you are praising my God. In the Germanic languages, Ra is still greeted every 7th day. In the Latin world, the name became the Lord's Day, but your science still calls it Dies Solis, the day of the sun. Why that day? Because every morning the sun tears through the darkness to be born again. Your concept of resurrection and our idea of Ra rising over the horizon are the same. Light always conquers the dark.
Traveler, do not think of Ra as a static golden disk in the sky. In my world, we see the sun as a living heart, a heart that beats in 3 distinct rhythms every single day. Can you imagine having 3 different souls, 3 different names as the hours pass? In the morning, when the first light touches the tips of the pyramids, we call him Khepri. He is the scarab, the great beetle who rolls the sun out of the underworld like a ball of clay. He is young Ra. He represents the power of beginning again. Think about your 2026 mornings, when you wake up and press that reset button on your devices, when you start a new project from nothing. That is the energy of Khepri, the raw, unrefined potential of a new dawn. But as the sun reaches its peak, as it burns with an unforgiving fire, he becomes Ra Horakti, the falcon-headed king. This is the sun at its most powerful, the ruler of all. Consider your own life, the moments when you are at your most productive, when you are the king of your craft, when your mind is sharp and your will is iron. That is your midday Ra. And then, when the shadows stretch and the sky turns purple, he transforms once more into Atum, the wise elder, a man leaning on a staff, exhausted, preparing to descend into the dark womb of the earth. Tasevwir et, your own evenings, when the work is done and your body feels heavy with the wisdom of the day. You are not the same person who woke up this morning. You have aged, you have learned, and like Atum, you are ready for the great small death we call sleep. Ra does not simply fly, traveler. He sails. Imagine the universe is a vast celestial Nile, and Ra has 2 distinct ships for his journey. During the day, he sails the Manjet, the bark of millions of years. It is a vessel of pure light. But when the sun disappears, he does not vanish. He simply changes ships. He boards the Mescatet, the night bark. Your own mind as a ship. Your day bark is your conscious life, your career, your social media, your public face. It is bright and visible. But your night bark, that is your subconscious. It is the ship of your dreams, the place where you face your demons, your fears, and your hidden desires while the world sleeps. Ra's night journey is a war. Every night in the depths of the Duat, he must face Apophis, the great serpent of chaos. Apophis is not just a monster in a story. He is the personification of everything that wants to destroy order. Think about it. Have you ever felt that serpent in your own soul? The anxiety that whispers in the dark, the depression that tries to swallow your light. Every morning that you see the sun rise in 2026, it is proof that Ra has won the battle again. And every morning that you wake up and find the strength to face the day, it is proof that you have defeated your own Apophis. You and Ra, you are both warriors of the light. We call the beginning of time Zep Tepi, the first moment. Do you think, before the first star, there was only Nun, the infinite dark waters of nothingness? Ra did not have a creator. He willed himself into existence. He stood upon the first hill, the Ben, and with a single sneeze, with a single word, he breathed out air and moisture. Imagine the sheer power of creating your own reality. Today, you use artificial intelligence to generate worlds from words. You type a prompt, and a world appears. In a way, you are playing with a fragment of Zep Tepi. You are creating from the digital Nun. But why does Ra feel so distant now? Why do we not see him walking among us? Our stories tell of a time when Ra was the first pharaoh, but humans grew arrogant. They rebelled. Ra grew tired of our violence. So the goddess Nut turned into a great celestial cow. Ra climbed on her back, and she rose higher and higher until she became the sky itself. Ra left the earth to give us space to grow, or perhaps to leave us to our own consequences. Don't you feel that distance today? In your world of concrete and glass, do you not feel the loss of that direct connection to the divine? Ra is still there, watching through his 72 different forms. He is in the cat guarding your home. He is in the lion's roar. He is even in the snake that hides in the grass. He is the multifaceted God, the one who lives within every living thing. Traveler, as you prepare to cross your own night bark into the world of dreams, remember this. You are a product of the sun's joy. You carry the fire of the Manjet in your heart. And no matter how large the serpent Apophis grows tonight, the dawn is inevitable.
Now, close your eyes. I am whispering from 3,500 years ago, and you hear me through the noise of 2026. The balance of the universe, the great Nakht, is at the center of all things. Your weekend is Ra's day of victory. Let that light warm you. Before you drift to sleep, tell me, which star's light will you use to begin your week? Would you like me to tell you about the monsters the Solar Barque fights in the depths of the night?